What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to part 5 of the Jeep Liberty build. Today it is bodywork and paint for the Jeep. And by bodywork and paint, I mean self-tapping, screwing in license plates to plug the rust holes with caulk inside, and bed lining the entire thing. So yeah, we bring you along for it, and we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to start with this side. There's a little less rust on this side. Obviously, there's that part. I just chipped the paint off of in there. We're going to start with this side because, one, it's in the sun, and two, because there's less rust. We cleaned the portions of it that are actually going to get bed liner put on it. I do have to tape and paint stuff because I'm not trying to put bed liner on the windows, and I'm actually trying to do this like an okay job. For those two people in the comments that ask why we are destroying a perfectly good vehicle, there's not a body panel on this thing that is actually good. The only thing that was good was the hood, and we went shooting yesterday at the range and used the hood as a stand, so it's scratched to hell. There's no saving anything on here. If you want to go try to find a mint Jeep and save it, by all means go ahead. This one's pretty trashed, which is why it's a trail rig and why we're bed lining the entire thing. But I'm gonna tape it off quick here, and we'll get started with some primer, and we'll go from there. And before we get started with the actual primer, we're going to put rusty metal primer spray on these parts. That pretty much converts, rot to actual metal again. So yeah, we're going to do that quick, and then we'll get started with everything else. All right, got everything taped that I want to have taped. I'm not worried about the glass. We can just take some brake clean spray on there and pull that primer right off, and then the bed line is just going to be rolled on, so I can be a little more cautious about it. So I'm going to grab a can of primer, get this side primed, and then we'll do some body work on the other side. All right, next, gotta fix that rust hole. So I took a plate, just an old license plate, expertly cut it to fit, throw a little bit of caulk on there, self-tapper in there. You won't even be able to notice under the bed liner. Also already patched that hole up there. That one needs a little more work though. But yep, let's get to it. All right, y'all, so the car is primed for the most part. I'm not gonna do this side just because I don't really feel like it. The bed liner we're gonna be using is Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. Apparently it stops rust, which is kind of what we need. And then I just picked up this from not Hobo Freight, AutoZone actually. For the Raptor liner, it'll work. It's just literally a paint tray, and then you take these little rollers and you just roll it on is all you do. Coat takes about an hour to dry, so we're gonna get one coat done, go and make lunch for B-Man, put him down for a nap, maybe take a nap, and then come back and put on the second coat. This is pretty easy. You just shake it up as best you can, then mix it up, pour it into this tray, roll it on just like wall paint. It's very, very thick. It will stain clothes, and it will definitely turn your hands black for a long time. So we're gonna do the right thing and wear nice jeans when we do it. But let me get this popped open. I'll get something to mix this up with, and we will get started.
Tell me why you take mine, now you think it is fine. Doesn't make me so blind, you just waste a lot of time. I thought we're gonna feel this love, paint it with some colors, now you don't. You forget all the memories, you close your eyes. You said it was different, but you still went away. What I want, hold your hands till the end. What you want is to end, say goodbye. Show me love, what am I supposed to do? Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why you wanna hurt and understand it. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why you wanna hurt and understand it. I'll be alright. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why, tell me why.
All right, first coat is on. You can see a lot of tan coming through just because it is that first coat. It's supposed to kind of help rough up the edges. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the front bumper yet. I'll probably just spray painting it black just to match. I'm gonna give it a while to dry. I mean, it's pretty well dry for the hood and the first thing we did. But we're gonna give it a little longer, let it dry, put a second coat on, and then we'll paint the front wheels just like we did the back wheels with that gray. And I haven't touched the roof yet, waiting for everything else to dry first. But yeah, once we get all the coats on, then we'll go from there. All right, y'all, so the Jeep is bed lined. Every part that I'm actually going to bed line on this thing. There are 2 coats on the Jeep. I wound up spraying the seams where you can still see some tan coming through with just some black spray paint. Right now we're gonna pull the tape off, see how that looks. I'm gonna leave some of the tape because I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do on the front bumper and then obviously the top of the car, but I have to wait for someone to help me get the rooftop tent up before I do the top of the car, and I don't see a reason to bed line that. We'll probably just paint that, or I don't know, it's not like you see the roof of the car very much. So this is the Jeep. The bed line is still a little tacky, but for the most part it's pretty solid on there. Takes about 60 minutes to to cure to tackiness like this, and then we'll just leave it for a while and it'll completely harden up. I prefer the Herculiner stuff. This Rust-Oleum stuff is not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, but I guess for the price I can't really complain. I still have to go through with brake clean and a razor blade and scrape some of the windows off, and then do a few little seams here and there. So it would be really windy over there, so we're not going to go there. But start peeling some of this tape off. See, I just think that's just satisfying. Oh, not so satisfying. There we go. And so on and so forth. I'm going to continue on with this. I'll bring you guys back once I get all the tape off. Alright, next just gotta rip off the front tires quick, paint them so they match the rear. Alright, there's one. Everything looks not horrible. Not good, but not horrible. It's a trail rig. And that upper control arm bushing is shot. New wheel bearing recently, it looks like. You know, for a Minnesota car, not bad. Huh. Well, eventually we'll be in here doing a lift, but not today. Alright guys, so I wound up just spray painting the front bumper because I decided I'm going to do a separate video on building a custom off-road bumper. I have to kind of look around for designs and try to come up with something. But for now it's just going to be black. Wheels are gray. Courtney's going to help me with the roof once we get the rooftop tent off of there, because it's a $500 Jeep and that's a $1,300 tent. I'd rather get overspray on the Jeep than on the expensive tent. So yeah, this is how it looks. I think it looks pretty good. I even spray painted the broken part of the bumper. Still some tape left because we're still doing the roof, but for the most part it's done.
Subscribe to my channel.